Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Mike. Hope you're doing good and having a wonderful day. So in this video, I want to do another kind of conversational video, and hopefully I can inspire some of you guys to make a video like this too. I've just got JJ's been doing a couple of these, and I really do enjoy these kind of videos because it gets people talking, whether that's in the comments back and forth, or me or someone else makes a video and it inspires someone else to make a video and answer those prompts. So I'm just going to go through and give you some of these prompts here and just give you my answers. So, but first, before I do that, I feel like I owe an explanation to a few people out there regarding Historathon, like Patrick, Vin, Jeff, Saracen. I do want to participate in Historathon, and you'll understand this, but I don't want to overload myself with too much. Like I'm doing a reading project with Lewis. I'm gonna do another one with James, and then like this whole stack right over here, you can't see, there's one more shelf above that one, so there's 4. Those are all the books that I want to read this year. And I mentioned this before, and when I first started the year, like I've already bought quite a few books, and it's January 15th. I'm halfway through the month, and I've already bought like 14 books. I know it's horrible. I have an addiction. I know, but I just keep adding to it, right? And I just don't want to overload, get too stressed out. You know what I mean? So I am going to participate in Historathon, but not until quarter 3 and 4. And I already have the books that I want to read for quarter 3 and 4. I won't show them right now because we're months and months away. Once we get closer, though, I'll show you. But I just want to give that out there because I know I've talked to like Patrick and a few other people in the comments about Historathon, but I just wanted to give you my thoughts on it. So this one here, I think what I'm going to title this is like reading habit / mindset, maybe, or something like that. I don't know. But the first prompt is why I don't set reading goals. For me, it's because to chase numbers in the stats, it's not enjoyment for me. And if it is for you, that is wonderful. I'm glad, because I used to back in the day. I have Goodreads still. I still have Goodreads. I haven't used Goodreads or posted on it since February of 2025, but I still have it. And I'd like at the end of the year, how Goodreads, and I'm sure other platforms, they give you that whole stats of how many pages you read, and it gives you the pie chart and all this other stuff. That's really cool, and I really do enjoy that. I don't know, I got away from that. I just literally use a notebook for each year, and I just write in the title, and I put in what year it is, and then the title and the author, and that's it. That's all. That's how I track what I read now. I don't set reading goals strictly, which is kind of weird because, like, in my life in general, I do really well with structure, and I'm sure most of you do. I work a full-time job. I work a lot of hours. I've got a family. But for me, like, my reading, it's just, I don't want to overflow that into reading. I just want reading to be whatever I want it to be, however I want it, no structure, no plan. I mean, there is a overarching plan, which is I want to read like this many books per year. But even if I don't hit that, it's okay. I don't care, So prompt number 2 is, do I buy books faster than I read them? My question is, do I have to answer that question? Yes, I buy books way faster than I read them. I'm sure most of you do too. It doesn't bother me anymore. I don't care. But prompt 3 is how I decide what to read next. Again, these shelves here, but really I have so many unread books in my library. I just kind of pick and choose. But like, for example, is it mood? Is it intentional, or is it chaos? A little bit of both, or all three. A little bit of all three. Sometimes there's a little bit of chaos. Let's see. The next prompt is the role of reading in my daily life. For me, books are an escape from the world, from being an adult, from working. I can just relax my mind, rest my mind a little bit. Next prompt is why I don't track my reading stats. There's kind of already Went over that on that first one. Well, I guess this is numbers. They don't capture the joy of reading for me. The next one is how I balance big TBR piles and spontaneous picks. I don't really do spontaneous picks anymore. I mean, I'll do a few every now and then, but for the most part, I know what I want to read. So I don't really have a problem with balancing big TBR piles with random books that I find. For example, the 2 reading plans I'm doing this year, that was kind of spontaneous for me, but it's just one book. Well, 2 books, because one for James, one for Lewis, but 2 books for a quarter. That's it. Added on to what I already have, so it's not too bad. Next one is how I deal with reading slumps. I don't know, I've mentioned this before. Sometimes I just won't read, or maybe I'll just read a page, and that's okay. I don't beat myself up if I don't read for 2, 3, 4 days a week. I try not to go real long without reading, because we're human. We all deal with stuff. If you've gone like 5, 6 days without reading, you kind of get in your head like, okay, you need to get back to it. You don't want to just keep on in that rut for too long. Next prompt is how I choose between fiction and nonfiction. A little bit of mood, my curiosity, kind of randomness. I just got into nonfiction 2025. I mentioned that, so I'm still fairly new at that. I'm a newbie at the nonfiction game, but I just find stuff that I like, areas, specific topics, things like that. And then, like, how would I choose between it, like, throughout the year to read it? I don't know. I have all these books. I just throw them in a pile and I pick out what I want, read them when I want. And then the last one is why I love reading without a plan or an overall plan. Because without a structure, it's freedom for me. And like making videos, for example. And I've talked to other YouTubers about this. I'm not good at having bullet points written out, I make notes for sure, but they're loose notes, just handwritten loose notes. I'm not good at following a structured, detailed note plan for me, and I don't know why. It's easier to just start talking. Like, I have my notes, but I don't even go by that word for word. I just use that to remind myself of each question maybe, or each prompt. It's just freedom. I can just talk how I want, because I don't know, it's just easier for me that way. That's the best I can explain it. But so again, this is just conversation starter. Hopefully you guys, and you don't have to do these prompts, and I'll put them in the description, but just maybe you think of something like that. Make your own video, similar or different, with different prompts or whatever. Just trying to get that conversation going. I'm trying to get all of our booktube channels, like I've put out twice every channel I'm subscribed to. I'm just trying to get all those people, grouped in. It's like a community gathering or something. I'm just trying to get all of us to talk, and I know we do in the comments and stuff, but it's just nice to see people's face and on their videos, and hear their voice and stuff, and hear them talk. So I hope this was somewhat fun and a little bit, but thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.